So a second attempt by investigators to detain President Yoon could take place as early as today, with the investigation team more committed than ever to execute a successful arrest. Let's turn to legal expert Kim Jisoo this morning. Welcome back, Jisoo.
Thank you for having me again.
Thanks for joining us. So we know the execution of the warrant could take place as early as today, Wednesday, but why are the investigators not making the second deadline public this time?
Okay, so there are two main reasons here, both legal and tactical. And first off, it's about keeping investigation confidentiality. It's a pretty standard legal strategy, especially in high-profile cases like this. Revealing the deadline, it could compromise the whole integration of operations. So they're trying to protect the sensitive details to make sure nothing gets derailed. And secondly, there's this tactical approach. Chief Prosecutor Oh Dong-un actually touched on this during a parliamentary inquiry. He said that keeping the timeline under wrap is crucial to ensure the success of the warrant execution. So if they go public with it, it's like giving the other side a playbook on how to dodge the arrest. And lastly, there's the issue of past criticism. It seems like they're trying to avoid repeating past mistakes. There were a lot of backlashes over how they handled the first attempt, so even called it chaotic. So this time, they're being extra cautious to get it right. It's obvious they're under a lot of pressure to win back public trust and show that the justice system still holds up.
Right, really reflects our commitment and determination to make the second arrest successful. Now, I have to ask you, how long do you think the deadline will be this time, and up to how many days usually?
Typically, the validity of these warrants is around 7 days, but as the CIO mentioned earlier, they've been discussing extending it beyond the usual period with the police. And given how tough it was to execute the warrant itself, they're likely aiming for something closer to 10 days or so. And this would give them extra flexibility to address any potential challenges in executing the warrant.
And it's effective as soon as the court approves it, right?
Right, technically, the warrant becomes effective as soon as the court issues it. However, in this case, the initial warrant was expired, so the CIO had to request a completely new warrant, but no need to worry since the judge has already reviewed and issued, so the warrant is now effectively immediately.
Well, do you think President Yoon will comply with the second attempt this time? What do you think?
It doesn't seem like that he will comply with the arrest this time either, because his track record so far, rejecting summons, leveraging the Presidential Security Service for his physical resistance, and even filing an objection to the arrest warrant, which isn't legally recognized, shows that he's committed to resisting. And as for, is there anything that could get him to come out voluntarily? I would say it's really hard unless the situation becomes completely untenable for him. However, chances are slim, and all the options here might not even be legally feasible.
Well, following the failed attempt last time, the CIO and police, they agreed to maintain their cooperation to execute the warrant against President Yoon. Now, the question is, what's essential or even necessary so that their collaboration works in an effective and orderly manner? What do you think?
So first, they've got to clear up any legal gray areas. The police were hesitant before because of the potential legal risks. So it was important for both sides to agree on who does what and make sure everything's by the book. And here's the Joint Investigation Headquarters, also known as 공조수사본, seems to play a crucial role here. It is a collaborative body established by the CIO and the police to handle high-stake investigations like the December 3rd martial law cases. And for President Yoon case, the 공조본 has been tasked with managing the risk arrest and warrant and strategizing for its enforcement. And it will be clear that this body could be the main key role to collaborate the works in an orderly and effective manner.
Well, in the meantime, officials who are allegedly involved in this December 3rd martial law declaration are being indicted, while the investigation into President Yoon himself hasn't even commenced yet. Would you say Yoon is thinking this is something that's working in favor?
So on the surface, you might feel like the focus on indicting lower level officials might buy him time or taking the heat off him.
Right.
But honestly, it's probably not working in his favor at all. Moreover, these indictments are actually building a stronger cases against him. What's important to note that is that these charges against these lower officials rely on the assumptions that Yoon is the one at the top orchestrating everything. So as the trials move forward, more evidence and testimonies are going to come out, and this will play a part of a key chain that leads directly toward President Yoon. So while no investigation has started on him directly, these indictments might be laying the groundwork for a much bigger case.
That sounds like a case. All right, Jisoo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.